What is up, Motorfest racers and Copium series participants? It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut, and we are here today with Copium Series 10. We are on the GSX-RR, which is the MotoGP bike for Suzuki that they no longer participate in MotoGP. Sad face, they were awesome. Anyway, lower participation this week. I don't think everybody loved it, so I grouped us all up into one split because I would have had enough to maybe do 5 or 6 splits, but at the end of the day, we're all pretty close overall, and it was a good week. I rather enjoyed it, but that's because I kind of like the challenge. I like learning the scuffs and the resets, and there was a couple of resets. I streamed that today. Let's dig into it. Let's get into the times. Rhino the Raccoon is our overall winner. No surprise there. This guy is an alien. Check him out on his YouTube channel. He does the summit each week, shows you how to do it, shows his builds and his tunes. Spoiler alert, they're all super soft and they're kind of cracked, but the guy is an alien, so it makes sense. He did a 2:29.960, the overall fastest time this week. Insane. Following that out, CC Cornnut Crew Own You is out here with a 2:31.7, so right behind Rhino. In third place, we got Sodga 85 with a 2:32.8. That is going to be our podium. Those guys are super fast. Following them, right behind Sodga, we're talking a tenth of a second between those two, is Sobostar with a 2:32.945. Then there's a little bit of a break, and then right in front of pretty much the rest of us, we're right behind Sobostar, is Midnight Blur with a 2:34.176. Personally, I was thinking like 2:34 would probably be the best that I could hit. So Midnight Blur is like right at the cusp of what, if I got a perfect run, what I think I could hit. So he did really, really good. And then our man Eric, Goon Crasher, I had him beat until I streamed it earlier today. He's like, I think I need a little inspiration. I got to go beat Cornnut. And so he did. He ran a 2:34.2. So both those guys are only a tenth of a second behind each other, which I'm into racing. Like, I race competitively in real life on motorcycles. I spend a lot of time doing iRacing in different sims, and so I get it. And when you are only a tenth of a second behind someone over the course of a 2-minute lap, 2.5-minute lap in this case, that's incredibly close. I mean, start your clock, count it for 2.5 minutes, and then come in within the same second. You guys are blitzing fast and very, very close to each other. So anytime that it's that close, hats off, man. I love that. That's close racing. It's what I'm about. So following Eric is our friend Sergeant Epic Speed with a 235.223. Right behind Sergeant Epic Speed is myself in 8th place with a 235.224. Epic Speed and I essentially tied. That is 1/1000th of a second. That's within margin of error. We'll just say the game messed up. That's a real tie. I love it. So Epic Speed, I'm coming for you next week. I'm not going to let you beat me twice in a row. At least not when it's that close. Good racing. All right, following me is our friend Valve789 with a 238.580. And right behind Valve is our friend WRX69. A lot of these guys have CC in their name, and they're not making it into the spreadsheet, so I got to fire Tetsu. We're going to have to just kick him in the ass, tell him his Christmas bonus isn't coming this year. It was Cole anyway, whatever, he's a bad elf. But yeah, a lot of these guys, if you put CC in your name at the front of it, that signals Cornnut Crew for all of us when we're in the Grand Waste. We know to come and smash you first. But I know that he's got it, so I want to shout some of these guys out. I know a lot of these guys do, actually. So anyway, following WRX with a 239.592 is Scatman Ron with a 239.612. Scatman Ron bettered his time. He watched me on stream today and then emailed me his updated time after he went back and reassessed everything. So good job for that on Scatman. And guys, that's the deal. That's what I'm about here. If you approach Copium and then you work at it for a day, then you come back the next day and you better your time, that's really what I think hones the skill of everyone. That'll elevate your gameplay, and that's what this is about. It's just about beating your PB when you start and then trying to just kind of push that down a little bit, and that's what it's about. Like, when I started stream today, guys, my first time that was, like, semi-clean was, like, a high 240. I think it was, like, a 249 or something. So I pushed myself down a lot after just playing for a couple of hours. But that's the deal. That's the goal. So shout out to Scatman for doing that. Right behind Scatman is Lealicious with no resets, running auto because she doesn't know how to run manual, and no Nitro Chemist. Okay, yeah, she didn't have a Nitro Chemist set. I guess she doesn't play the game enough. I don't know. She's out here. So anyway, I'll get it over so you can see what everybody's on. Let me scroll down a little bit so you can see Leia over there on PC. Shout out to Leia, guys. She streams on Twitch at least once a week. She streams at Copium for us, and she helps me put together the car or bike and track combo. So if you love it, thanks to Leia, and if you hate it, that's on Leia. So I'll just dust myself off there. That's not on me. Actually, I approve everything that she does. So if I'm happy with the pairing, I send it, and more often than not, she does a really great job. This week, not everybody loved the bikes, but I still thought it was pretty fun. Anyway, we move on. Dragontron 95 with a 241.176. Right behind Leia by about 1 second. But right behind Dragontron is Franco PK13 with a 241.335. So these guys, 0.2 of a second. 2 minutes, 41 seconds, and then we're counting tenths for who separated those guys, and I love that. That's that close racing that I crave. That's what I'm about. Following Franco PK is our friend Cap 67 with a 243.024. Right behind Cap is our man Havoc 303 with a 243.6. So 0.6 of a second separating those two boys. Following Havoc is our friend DeBuster. Check him out on YouTube. He makes a lot of content. He races with the Cornnut crew. He's one of the homies. I've got his shirt over in the hamper because I wore it this week. He runs a 244.835. Only guy in the 244, so he stands alone out there. Right behind him is our friend CC-LEXX-RR. That is Lex. He does all of the thumbnails for the YouTube channel, so shout out to him for his help. Appreciate him. He's out in Germany. Cost me a fortune to ship his hoodie, let me tell you. 246.754 was his time. And right behind him is Cornnut Crew Nicodemus with a 248.435. Nicodemus ran Copium with me today on stream. Guys, if you ever see me running Copium and there's only 2 or 3 of us running that, or you want to jump in and run with me, do that. I love running with people. Sometimes getting that draft or following somebody's lines helps you benefit from that, so jump in with me for sure. Right behind Nicodemus is our buddy MB Viper with a 250.291. And right behind Viper is CC Small Shooter with a 250.725. So half of a second separates those two guys. Mega close racing. That's what we're about out here. And then Bama Outlaw 256 with a 252.324. And Forever Young with a 252.898. These guys, half a second separates them. So no matter where you're at in the Copium series, no matter where you're at in your skill level, we're probably going to find somebody that's right in line with you. And if you participate, you can be fighting for those tenths to try to beat the next guy closest to you. So it's not about the splits. It's all about just bettering your time and trying to beat the guy right behind you if you're into that sort of thing, or just setting a time and having fun. So shout out to Forever Young. I know that he does it one time. What you see is what you get. And no resets, no restarts. So, honestly, Forever Young did pretty damn good there. Doug, 666 Green with a one and done running auto, kind of the same way that Forever Young does it. He did a 303.1. That's 303. That's the band. They're not that good, but I do know that little symbol. Anyway, 303.116 for Doug. And then Rattler Guns with a 306.6. That is going to round out all of the real times for Copium. Guys, honestly, 30 seconds separated all of us. There's about 25 of us in here. And when you figure out all the skill levels, all the times that we put in, 30 seconds over the course of a 3-minute track is pretty good. That's a really tight grouping overall for the skill base that we have, and I'm very happy to see that. I think that as a group, everybody that participates in Copium is leveling up, and it wouldn't be too long to where when we do have our tournament in this game, which we are going to have a tournament in the Crew Motorfest, I'm putting all you guys on teams, and we're going to just raise some money for a charity organization. We're going to have some fun, and this is a great way to improve, so that way when the tournament comes, you're ready to go. All right, and now that we got those guys out of the way, Sobostar did it on a quad, did a 316. Rhino ran the wrong track first. That was funny. And then Splash, he did some shit, and we'll get down to that in a second. So he ran it in the Testarossa, and if you guys don't know, Splash the Orca is the pioneer of our cult, the Lord and Savior Testarossa, and that came from Need for Speed Unbound when the Testarossa was so dominant in B, A+, and then it was the fastest car in S, top speed-wise. I mean, it was just like you needed to have like 5 different Testarossas in your garage, and so Splash kind of just, have you heard about the Testarossa? Well, let me just tell you about the Testarossa. The car was meta in all the classes, and so it was kind of funny. Anyway, he also did in the Drift Special, which is the other 458 drift car, really close, honestly, between those two. That's kind of awesome to see. And then somebody ran it, Forza Motorsport. I don't know what that is. We started streaming Motorfest on the weekends. DeBuster set a time with his couch, 5:26. I don't know what track that is. It doesn't fucking matter. But anyway, if you like Motorfest, jump in here and race with us. We do that on the weekends. And then, what the heck? Splash ran RC Pro? Is that what that says? RC Pro Am emulator? Oh my god. Okay, whatever. And then 90s, our friend Honey's Kettle ran sometimes in the crew too. Tetsu also ran the New York race because he didn't like the bike this week. And then Splash did basically all the other cars in the video game and set legitimate times with them. I would like to point out, and I don't know if this is like a reflection of our Copium group is slipping and we need to add more people to the pile, or Splash has just got more time on his hands than he really should have, because he ran more times in different cars on this track this week than we have overall participation. So I guess you could say Splash is really his own event, and then the rest of us noobs are over here doing that. I mean, guys, legitimately, Splash ran it in all of them. All of them. Every single one. Not really every single one, but like I think all the cars he owns. Okay, this week we had. Oh, let me pull that out a little bit there. This is the problem with a one take. I don't practice. Okay, PC players. We had 11. We had 2 more I added, so there's 13 PC players, 11 PS5 players, and 5 on Xbox for a total of 29 participants. I guess I updated somebody's times, so maybe we only had 27. I don't know. It's late. I've had a lot of personal stuff going on, and so that's kind of caused my stream and normal schedule to slip. If you guys were on stream today, you might have heard about that. But regardless, 27 participants. I'm thankful to all of you guys that participated, because it's not a Copium series without racers, and we don't have close racing without guys that put it on the track. And so thank you guys so much. Next week, we are drifting for points. It's going to be sideways, and I will upload that thumbnail to YouTube right now as this video goes live. So if you are a member on the YouTube channel, pop over to the community section of my YouTube and you will see that screenshot and you'll know what we're doing next week. Video to come tomorrow. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.